Huh. For once my internet's being nice. At the beginning at least. Alright. Alright. Oop. And game. Cool. Oh. Where were we? We just finished, right? Yeah. Good morning, everyone. We are at the mercy of the stars, and none can say how soon they'll shine for us. Let us recover for a while that moonlight outcome, and decide how to proceed. Oh, hold on. There's a new one. There's stuff for me to harvest. Now we got best make yourselves as comfortable as possible here for the time. The rite ought to commence again before we know it. Until then, be well. Thus you and your companions remain on the mountaintop, waiting for the stars to shine again. The cycle of the rites is ending. The news that Volfred and the Lone Minstrel revealed to you now threatens to disrupt the group's resolve. Who most deserves their freedom? Can there be any hope for your revolutionary plan to change the Commonwealth if too few exiles manage to return? These questions hang like a fog over you and your companions as you linger there on Mount Elliot. For now, the exiles of Nightwing is about to stick together for as many opportunities as they shall have. Many moons pass. One cold evening, Wolford finds you on your own, off on your own.
There's a room this stuff.
Well, my girl, it's time once more. Come see me. Wolford indicates the sky, and through the snow you see that he's right. Soon all of your companions are gathered. Wolford regards the group in his steady manner. As you all know, I have refrained from participating in the rites myself. This was a long-held choice of mine, for a variety of reasons. Chief among those reasons is so that I might direct our plan, free from unwanted attention, both from our adversaries here and those who oppose us in the Commonwealth. Another reason is my past experience conducting the rites. It did not end on good terms. Before my time, the Nightwings comprised 3 exiles: Brighton, Ariza, and Orlek. Little Tizo was with them as well, still learning in their ways. After Brighton regained his freedom in the liberation rites, the Nightwings took me in. A story for another time, but for one thing, I had capacity to read the ancient book. Anyway, when next we earned our way into the liberation rite, Orlek was anointed for return. He had long been in exile, and his horns were beginning to show. We prevailed. Little Tizo snuffed the accuser's pyre. Thus, Orlek earned his freedom. Oh, that's why this dude has like is like so after Tizo. However, just as the swim pool was to engulf him, Ariza, she shoved him from the precipice and took her freedom in his stead. Oh. Okay. She perished, of course. Only the anointed can transcend the shimmer pool. But she thought the warnings were a myth, and paid the price. She was always restless. I presumed Orla could perish too. To survive a fall from Mount Aliadel, I was left alone. Subsequently, I made no attempts to reassemble the Nightwings, knowing that such treachery, such harm was even possible, as part of this ordeal. I, frankly, still do not hold Arisa entirely at fault for what transpired. I hold, instead, the Commonwealth responsible, for it put us in this desperate situation. And I resist the urge to think the rights may partly be to blame, as well, for pitting brother against brother, sister against sister. Wolfred be the deep side. Now I see that Orlek yet lives, at a time when our plan is already in motion. And even the stars are fading. Perhaps a signal that the scribes themselves know that the Nightwings are divided, and that they do not approve. But I choose to take it as a sign that we must act. The scribes have put us in a set of circumstances where each one of us may rise to the occasion. The Nightwings in our plan need all the help they can get, and so I've made a decision, which I wish to announce here to you all. The name of the Nightwings, and reader, by your leave, I will conduct the rites again. Long have my skills languished in the matter, I admit, although I trust I shall regain them soon enough. When I once vowed never to conduct the rites again, our present situation calls for all our resources to be brought to bear. So, if I may be of use during the rites to come, shall I avail myself? That's all. Now then, our reader shall determine where we are headed come first flight. Wolford bows his head to everyone while the others exchange looks, then, one by one, salute in return. Wolford stands ready to conduct the rites again. We finally have a sap! Once more do several stars shine bright in the night sky, revealing several paths for you to pursue towards salvation. Alright. We go to Yomarin, Blue, or Orange. I've already been to Yomarin. Let me just see who's at Yomarin. This dude, okay. God dang it. Of course the fates are up. Of course now the fates are up, and as soon as the game's like, you have limited number of rights remaining. And I'm like, god dang it, the one person I was like totally willing to set free. Let's see, and then Ori's with the withdrawn. And then Lou. Pyre Hearts. Okay, I think I'll go here. Because I wanted to fight the Pyre Hearts, but the game was like, you're fighting the one dude that was apparently dead. Let's see. Oh hey, reader, my girl. As I shall now conduct the rites with the others, I implore you, please take over for me here. The scribes be with you. Oh hey, but at least our probability of success is 53. That's good, right? I see. It's time we meet again with Sir Deluge and the Pyre Hearts. We can make for the glade of Lou at first light, my girl. Let us recover through the night, for now. It is too late to do much else. Anyone want to talk? No? Well, at least I can check this now. And then here it is. Right? Sprout spawns a sapling at a nearby location with his own aura. We've seen that. Shield channels a barrier that deflects adversaries' casted auras back at them. That'll be interesting. Wow, look at this. He has maxed out inspiration. Unfortunately, he doesn't get all of it back. It's like as soon as he enters a battle, but oh, that means he can go to level 5 real quickly. Let's see. So he was a professor in the past. Yep, extremely expired. He was a professor in the past. His crime is publishing, because the Commonwealth is stupid. Motive insurrection. He was only exiled for 9 years though. Huh, wow. That's actually much shorter than I thought. Alright, let's give him something anyways. I don't exactly know how, or I guess I can use this thing. Yeah. But yeah, you kind of missed it. So apparently, the story is, you know the one dude, Orlek, who's like, I will, like, who's like real salty about being deceived apparently? Yeah, he was totally deceived. Like, it was, so the idea was this dude, Tizo and Orlek were doing the liberation rite, and then one of their teammates pushed him off, like after they won, the teammate pushed him off the cliff, tried to jump into the pool, but then because she wasn't anointed, she just died. She also fell to her death apparently. And and then he thought both of them died. Yeah. Rude. Yeah, is there some... Let me check something. Does this tell me anything? Unfortunately, there's no way for me to like show you anything about it. But yeah. Okay, that's pretty much what happened. That's why he's like super salty about like being deceived. Also, that's that particular situation was also the part where that one dude hold on. What was his name? This dude. Lendl. That right was the reason why Lendl hates Tizo. Cause Tizo did the finishing goal during that battle. And that's why Lendl's like super salty. Alright. Now we get to go. Oh.
I do so hate to thusly contact you, O reader. Yet an awful rumor reached me recently that you have within your retinue a traitor to the Nightwings and the Commonwealth alike. But you would never harbor such a traitor, now would you?
Uh-oh.
I trust your time within the downside would have taught you that.
You rise after a faithful night of slumber. Somehow, the voice, which thus far has reached you only in the rites, has found its way into your sleep as well. You shake free from it. The time at Moonlight Alcove has made everyone restless. The group is eager to set forth at your command. We fly! Whee! Heck's that? Is that an imp? What? Oops. Run. Ooh, hold on. As the wagon soars across the skies above Waking Wood, you notice Wolfred appear lost in thought. You cannot sense straight away what he is thinking. Do not mind, reader. It is simply that being here in this vicinity brings back a lot of memories and gives me much to ponder. I hid within these woods for many, many years, making preparations for our plan. I cast aside my raiments and became untraceable. There, I waited for the plan to germinate. So, it means a lot now to be here above that place. Quite the view, wouldn't you say, my girl? Is there any other places that the game would be like? You can look at stuff here. Oh. The hidden glade of Lu is nigh impossible to find on foot, though there it lies below us, protected even now by the enchantment of Lu Sorlian, 100 Mines. I understand the river named for him is rather famous in your Commonwealth. the mouth of the river Solarian opens wide, not very far from here. It is there that the limbless Arizek was defeated, turning the region lush and livable, at least for certain citizens. Although, of course, not everyone believes this. Your adversaries, the Pyre must be working to find their way there even now. Good fortune is in your right against them, reader. That's that. Now, let me see if there's... Ooh, what's this? Oh, hey, this dude. Hey, man. Want to rumble here now, huh, Nightwings? Ain't gonna take us down again like last time. Too bad we gotta be somewhere else. We've got somewhere else to be. Though we temper is sure are flattered that you took time to ram right into us again. You seen you round. Oh, these are the one dude. The users, Lindell. Right? Alright, let's see. Bertrude expresses an interest in taking this route as a way to Blue or Cinder. Wilfred noticed the powerful talisman is rumored to be buried in this path. Let's see what this is. Land here. Black bait.
Huh.
Hey, Alfred. There. Wilfred appears to have finished sealing some sort of document. He smiles as he approaches you.
Ligaristas.
Hello, my girl. Just on my way out to make a drop. Report a bit of progress to our supporters on the other side, which would like to know. It is not clear to you, as yet, exactly how Wilfred is able to communicate with agents in the Commonwealth. We have our ways of making certain that such messages manage to make their way to whom they need to reach. Most of the time, at least. Not exactly the most dignified of methods, but the messenger imp is as hardworking as the rest of us, or dare I say, more so. Look at that cute little frickin' messenger imp's face. Most imps lack the capacity to do that job. They of course cannot traverse the outer boundaries of the downside, but they can squeeze much closer than any of us. Wilfred offers to tell you more of his process. It seems that he has been using certain imps to relay messages to his agents in the Commonwealth for some time now. From that point, we depend on certain other means. A trafficker like Ruki would likely be familiar with them. Then, my agents intercept that message as they arrive. The messages are coded, in the off chance that they reveal themselves before unwanted eyes. But even still, my agents put themselves in great peril there, supporting our cause in our plan. I cannot ask for more of a dedicated bunch. A shame we cannot meet them, separated as we are. If we succeed in our endeavors, it shall be thanks to no small part to them. They have identified hundreds of citizens grown loyal to our cause, found hidden corners where they can speak freely. Their goal is to grow in numbers while remaining safe. For we cannot resist the Commonwealth if too few citizens stand with us, whether due to apathy or fear or lack of willingness to see our nation as we do. Some of these agents I have known for many, many years, long before my exile. Many were former students from my days of teaching Commonwealth doctrine. It was clear then who among us did not take the common view. These days, I report to them our progress, and they, in turn, report theirs back. From that assessment, I update the estimation of our plan's success. Our chances of success increase substantially each time we liberate one of our own. But those loyal to us in the Commonwealth slowly gather strength, regardless, knowing of our efforts. Thus, do we inspire each other? Not unlike the dynamics which I see among the Nightwings here. Now, good afternoon then, reader. I have a delivery to make. He strides out the wagon bearing a sealed message. And then as soon as he's done with that, we get to accompany him. You and Wilfred venture into the untamed flora of Cindergroup, along a circuitous path that takes you far enough away from the Black Wagon. My agent suggests that what we seek is somewhere very close, my girl. Perhaps you can already sense its presence. You can. After a careful search, you procure an artifact, either discarded by one witless to its power, or left there for the sake of someone such as you. Goodbye. Yeah, goodbye. Webbed Landthorn? Let's see. After bearer banishes an adversary, a banished ally has a chance to instantly return. Interesting. That's okay. I feel like I have better things than that, but okay. Is there a souvenir from Blackroot? Alright, continue the journey. The Blade of Blue it is. Now let's fight the Pyre Hearts for real. Uh-oh. The wagon comes to a sudden stop after a near miss with someone or something that got right in its path. At first you see no sign of whoever or whatever it is, but then a voice rings out from off to the side of your path. A friendly yet somehow abrogating tone leaves little room for question as to who it is. Hey guys, so maybe watch where you're going a bit more next time, I guess. You must have scared Dad half to death. I mean, just look at him. But it's good running into you like this because I got for you a real special deal. We got some pretty out there stuff on hand, and it's been slowing us down a bit. To be completely honest with you, something about him, I don't know, but Dad just hasn't been himself. But once we open shop, why these little numbers, they're gonna go flying off the shelves, and you can have first dibs. All you gotta do is give us a lift, because we're headed to the Glade of Blue. You're headed to the Glade of Blue, right? Just drop us off when you get there, okay? The Black Wagon does not provide for you the most spacious accommodations, but it may have room enough for the Falcon Ron. Barely, at least for the short remainder of your trip. On the other hand, you sense a troubling energy from whether strange artifacts he's transporting right now, and whether we should get involved. Get in! Yeah, we gotta ride with the slugs. They've been good to us. Get in. Though your fellow exiles exchange cautious looks, you invite Falcon Ron to climb aboard. Oh great, thanks guys. I'll just squeeze right in. He does not. Dad, come on, put your back into it already. Eventually, Falcon Ron managed to get on board as you prepare to set forth again. Welcome aboard for now. After what felt like an interminable trip, during which Falcon Ron did not even once cease to speak of matters relevant only to him, you reach your destination. Anyway, thanks guys, and remember what I said, these things I got here, you got dibs on them. If you come visit me and Dad, that is. Now we'll be going, so be seeing you, okay? Whether Falcon Ron's ceaseless drivel or the ill effects of his cargo, everyone is left feeling out of sorts. God dang it. Oh, everyone does -5 damage? Oh, that's gonna be fun. I can deal with that at least. Oof, indeed. No one here, unfortunately. So what is this thing he was talking about? Hey guys, thanks again for helping me and Dad back there. We really owe you one, and so, as promised, I got something really, really good in stock for you right here. He pauses for dramatic effect, then he reveals to you several artifacts. Black Hoof, Black Heart, and Black Claw. 100% more stamina than usual, but cannot grasp the orb? After getting banished, Bear either returns with infinite stamina or as a fast-moving howler. Ugh. The bear's aura remains while grasping the orb, but cannot be cast. Oh. Okay, that one might actually be worth something. They emanate with energy that cannot possibly completely help me. Nice, huh? You guys got first dibs on these bad boys. I can tell you what, they're gonna be going fast. Okay, I'll be honest again. Out of all of them, the claw is probably the most useful. And, oh wow, they're cheap. They are cheap. Because like, being able to protect myself while still carrying the orb is good. Even if it means I can't cast it. that's that's like the least like painful of all of them, to say the least. And because I do like buying at least one thing from you, I'll buy the claw. Just to make you happy.
Oh, you quite
Great! You guys knew I knew you're discerning customers now. You enjoy that one, okay? And remember, I still got the others too, and you can buy them if you want. Though, these ones are real popular, and so, no refunds on these guys, you understand? But they are real good, so there's no chance you're gonna want to pawn them off. I mean, this one's interesting. The fact that you can't grasp the orb, I guess is kind of you can make someone run constantly and kill things? Maybe I think that's the idea of this one. So that's like the only reason you use the Black Hoof. And then for the Black Heart, this is just like just a risk type thing. It's just like you come back either with infinite stamina or as something useless. I don't even know what a howler does in these battles. This here. But honestly, I'm probably not going to use it, I'll be honest.
You were lactose, Poppy.
That's how you get a repeat customer there, Dad. You give him a deal. Alright. Time to commence the rite. Everything is set for the rite to commence, and all is quiet amid the leaves and branches at Glade of Lugh. All there is left to do is to wait for nightfall to set in. You observe Sir Gilman sliding back and forth, back and forth. You sense something is weighing on his mind. This night is not a knight at all. This knight betrayed his former commander, abandoned his brethren of the Sea Dominion. But what is knighthood even? What is knighthood, if it is meaning having to follow such a cavern as that Sir Deluge? Cease this nonsense, Gilman. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. Focus on the right. He noticed you finally. Oh, Master Reader! This knight did not see you there just now. Such with his preoccupation with the task at hand. Know that this knight stands prepared. He has no misgivings whatsoever when it comes to battling his ex-tremulative. Please consider letting this knight participate, for he has his honor to restore. Oh, absolutely, that was the plan. That was the plan in the first place. Then a glimmering within the sky draws as yours and his attention. Oh, hey, new one of these. Your adversaries each shall deal an additional 5 damage to your pyre.
Or should I say, deceiver?
Excuse me?
For I detect another exile in your ranks.
And?
The exile Wolfred Sandalwood himself. That cursed sap.
Don't call him cursed.
I ought to have known he was behind all this. He has no love for our sacred tradition.
What do you mean?
Yet you would heed his poisoned words over mine own?
You know,
I thought
rude
that
voice.
we were friends. Then fine. Let us return to a more formal distance.
When were we ever friends? The voice considered us friends? I'm like, we barely see you. Gilman, still not abandon your new friends like all your other duties and responsibilities. Sir Deluge wrestles with his mask for a time. This night is most surprised that you have the courage even to show yourself. You speak of courage, Sir Deluge, but this knight has little else to say to the likes of you. That figures, Gilman. You are no knight at all. You are teensy minnow, swimming in the sea of minnows many, many times your size, and with much more honor too. Then something comes over Sir Gilman. But just as soon as it fades, Sir Gilman slips away. Disgraceful! You Nightwings, you are stupid to have taken that one in, and you are no good at the right. Nothing, another thing. We do not fear you! Did I do the eye popped up? Oh yeah, we get to use sandalwood. Reader, my girl, let us confer a moment here. I am returned now to the rites, a tradition that I had once disavowed. And, now that I've donned the raiments, the voice knows that I am here. It is no matter, really, for our plan was well in motion. All that remains for us is to prevail. I shall aid you and the others in this task as best I can. Let us see now whenever these old limbs of mine are still in any use. Whether. Practice time!
And there he is at last, alive and well. I know that you can hear me, Sandalwood. You're causing quite a stir out in the Commonwealth. You plant your little seeds of discontent. Know that your designs at sowing chaos shall not be tolerated here.
Why do you know
Now,
about our plan?
Good evening to you.
Anyways, they can so, hold on. X is usually... What is X usually? Yeah. I'm trying to remember, what is X usually for people? Because I think B is cast, A is jump, X is that dash? No, right trigger dash. Oh, X. Right trigger to blink. Blink. That's the dash. And then now then, Nightwings. I look forward to conducting with you all, if and when, of course, the reader calls for us to stand as a tribute together.
Who shall besmirch the Nightwing's name?
I mean, we kind of have to use Volfred. So Volfred? I want you to lead, though. I'm gonna have you lead, even though I know it doesn't. I know it does not matter who I put in first. I want you to lead.
Sir Gilman.
And then Volfred.
Volfred.
And I haven't used you in a while.
Zay. Ow.
Take heart, Sir Gilman. You have no obligations to the Trimbulates you have left behind. You are among friends now. Come, Nightwings! Show this night how you defend the honor of that miserable minnow for whom you harbor and guard.
Begin.
Darn it.
Already does your pyre's flame begin to flicker.
Take that, you foul knaves! Ha! Shut up.
Beauteous.
Hey, we're doing it. Alright. You jumped right into that. Got it.
Glory.
Thank God for sisters.
It seems the Nightwings are a bit ahead.
Darn it. Darn it.
That Sir Deluge did fling himself upon the flames. Your adversary's pyre now burns brighter than your own.
But I still... Yeah, the only downside is this dude's slow. Yeah, he has trouble moving. Got him.
Spectacular!
Got it.
Verily.
Yeah, so he's
The Nightwings edge closer to victory. Sir Gilman plunges into the
like
fire.
just swim around and jump.
The orb is up. With grace.
Oh my god. Some of these are just too easy. Come on. They're barely putting up a fight. Oh shoot.
I thought they had you there.
Darn it. They're doing exactly what I'm trying to do to them. Oh, darn it.
But how?
Grab the board and jump. Darn it. Oh, crap. They got it.
You left yourselves wide
Yeah,
open.
we're just constantly trying to swim up to each other and then trying to use our attack to kill each other at the same exact time. Come on, King. Darn it.
Unfortunate.
This isn't terrible though. We can still win this. Whoop.
So it is. Your victories are now. Resplendent.
Again, speedsters for the win.
How very fortunate. A stroke of luck is all.
Darn it. Oh, crap. Got him. It's like, I'm trying to trap him. There we go. Go, so gentlemen! I missed the pyre. Wonderful. I'm just gonna stand here and defend the goal.
A
Darn it.
braver than
Okay.
expected act from Sir Deluge. Oh,
Got it.
and it is done. The Nightwings prevail.
Yeah, Wolfred's
They
dumb
somehow
slow,
managed
so
to
it's really
scrape
hard to get him
by
to score.
despite their
But he's
adversaries'
good at defending.
efforts.
That sprout makes him good to
The
defend.
ceremony is complete.
Curse you, Gilman! You are a fool to abandon us. And now you only twist the daggers in our backs. I still do not understand, Sir Deluge. This knight is no longer beholden to the likes of you. This knight is bound only by the path towards enlightenment. Your words ring false! You are unfit to lead. Shut up! You know exactly what you are, Gilman. You called this night a cavern, yet your courage is a mere facade. And everybody knows, this night shall see to it. Sir Gilman does not respond, although you sense the words that Sir Deluge got to him.
The 8 scribes bless us with their ways. Sir
Yeah, of
Gilman's not as foolish as his lowly kind is wont.
This knight wonders at times about why we are here, and which forces have transpired to bring us here together. Has Under King Ors himself taken an interest in this noble quest? What was I looking on? Turbo Pyre.
always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outing with Rice, begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Let's see. Legacies of the old 100 Mines, Rice's masteries enhancing his staff's ability to spawn saplings and protect his trimlet. I might go for that. Grasp of the Philosopher, right masteries enhancing his staff's trimlet's ability to preserve and right. Oh, what? What's the difference? Protect or preserve? What? Well, let's just go through them. Let's see. Once per right, if Wolford's adversary extinguishes Pyre, it is restored by 10 instead. Okay. That might be useful. 7 hope. Wolford permanently gains +5 hope, hastening how quickly he returns to banishment. Guardian Shield. When using his shield ability, Wolford shields his allies as well. Oh, that's useful. Miracle Kindling. Once per right, if Wolford adversaries extinguish his Pyre, it is restored by 40 instead. Oh, I see. And then Guardian Sapling. If Wolford is banished, the sapling shall automatically spawn near his Pyre until his return. Okay, I think that's what one user used a while back too. Unstable Sapling. After casting Sprout, Wolford may remotely detonate his sapling in an aura burst. Oh, that sounds useful. Or that's interesting, really. I guess that would make him a little bit more aggressive. After casting Sprout, Wolford's sapling spawns faster than usual and gains a larger aura. Okay. Nimbling Gust. While Wolford and his allies are vanished, adversaries are slowed and cannot use abilities. So this set is a little bit more offensive by using the sap. This one is more defensive. I will go defensive.
'Tis the wisdom of old 100 Mines. Until the next right.
Back at the Black Wagon, you are taking some time to recover after overcoming the Pyre Hearts, in a last effort when Wolford appears. The Nightwings are in capable hands these days, my girl. Thank you for your continued efforts, given all the challenges we face. The rites may be ending, but we still have time to achieve our plan, especially if you continue to prevail like that. Come, let us see whom we shall square against until when the next stars align. The stars get signed for you, revealing various paths forward. Where are we going next, game? Yomer. Kilmer. Oh. Darn it, I've been to all those places. Let me go back to a place that I haven't been to in a while. Let's see. I can fight this dude, the Accusers. And then there's Tempers. And then the Withdrawn. Actually, now that I think about it, what ones haven't I been to in a while? Well, let me see. Oh, hey! That's cute. The reader is now actually making the notes here now in the additional notes. Wolford asks that I take notes for him after each rite. Henceforth, he indicates the cycle that the rites appear to be accelerating even faster now. We likely shall be summoned to the fall of Solium again very soon. Wow, that is very soon. That is way sooner than I expected. Alright, let's fight the Tempters. I haven't fought them in forever. The Tremulative you shall confront this time around shall be the Tempters, led by the demon Ignarius. They have prevailed in the rites on many occasions in the past. The Lone Minstrel then offers you such details as he knows of your next adversary. Ignarius, a long-time resident of the Downside, as evidenced by his appearance. The strongest of the Templars, he has awaited years to earn his freedom. Born in a middling Commonwealth family, he got in trouble early and often, but found his calling in the Commonwealth's not entirely legal red light district. There he took many jobs, most involving his sheer size. Most notably, he was a bouncer at the Starry 8, where he came to symbolize his reputation. One day, a particularly belligerent guest got under his skin, so he gave him a tremendous thrashing. The club's clientele all gave a cheer. However, this guest turned out to be a wealthy chamberlain, who then exploited his connections to get Inarius arrested and then exiled. This was 14 years ago. On the downside, Inarius dropped his given name, as is sometimes the custom, and survived alone through his tenacity and strength. Interesting. So that's not even his name. Wow. In time, he drew notice of the Templars, who revealed to him the right, recruited him into their ranks, and let him work his way up. Now, at last, it is his turn. Other than the Nightwing, the Templars have liberated more exiles than any other tribunal. They have high hopes for Ignarius, in turn. Now, good evening to you. If you wish a good night to the Lone Minstrel, you shall continue at first light. Interesting. So he's actually not a terrible dude. He's a bouncer, which is why he's rough. But he was thrown in here against whatchamacallit. Like he was thrown in here against false charges, essentially. Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman is in a contemplative mood. He has been rather quiet, at least more than usual, ever since his confrontation with Sir Deluge. He notices you, and there is slight forth in a solemn manner. This night, he knows what he shall do now. When all of this is over, Master Reader. We Worm Knights are all born and raised to prove ourselves superior to all other billions of our kind, to lead our lives, however short, with glory. From the moment we shove past our wormling brethren in their egg-sacks, to the very end, we are conditioned to excel, to prevail at all costs. This relentless pursuit of glory, of fame, of self-worth, it leads most of us knights kind of only to an early doom, or, in the case of Sir Deluge, it leads to a life of falsehood, a life of low deceit, abusing one's fellow worm knights, shrinking one's responsibility, living in constant fear. This knight cannot abide his former commander, yet pities him. There must be more to honor than to lead a life engulfed in endless conflict. He looks at you intently. This knight shall ever seek that honor out, when all of this is ended, Master Reader. Thus he vows to you, and he is ever grateful that your guidance led him to this new awakening. But until such time, this knight is a duty bound unto the Nightwings. This, the fulfillment of our plan and our pursuit of freedom, is to be his final quest. For what awaits him afterward is no mere quest. The honor that this knight has sought, it cannot be fully achieved through knighthood, can it? It requires something more.
Temporalis.
I trust you understand. He slithers off, his head held high, though not merely in pride. Something has changed in him. +2 presence permanently. All right. Although to be fair, you have a tiny aura in the first place, so don't know how much that helps. All right, continue the journey. Oh. Can we run into anyone? Oh, this is. Oh, they don't have anything to say to me. That's upsetting. And I kill. Well, we commit another hit and run. Bye. Whew. So, the Nightwings darken our skies once more. You somehow prevailed when we last met, doubtless by cheating. Until our next encounter on a sacred site, I told you to stay out of our way. Get out of my sight. Oh, no, not you again. You almost got our hopes up last time, but not this time. Just leave this wretched knight at peace. He wants nothing more to do with you. So go away! Ran into a lot of people today. Well, there's the accusers at their site. And here's where we need to be. But I'm just curious. Oh, They landed, okay. So let's see. We can go to Blue Hive. Aretha expressed an interest in taking the route, and then fall flat. Vocations though. I'm kind of interested what this will do for Prometha. I think this is just a stat boost for Prometha though. Never mind. I want vocations. I want time for my vocations. Oh. Apparently I can just push Y to go with that. Alright. You and Sir Gilman make a quick search of the rocky pathways of Fall Flat. However, you find nothing of note. An uneventful trip, but then it gives this knight more time to practice his techniques. You soon return to the Black Wagon, where the others are preoccupied with their own pursuits. You should have enough time to pursue your vocations. Permanent stat boost. This afternoon, you feel especially drawn to the Book of Rites and find a place to look upon the words. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. +1 to hope. You extract a deeper meaning from the words and teaching of the Book of Rites, one you feel it to in your core, yet struggle to articulate. Inspiration! Spirit. Alright, let's continue on. Onto the spring. Oh! Messenger imp! A messenger imp with news and rumors from the other side comes huffing towards your wagon, here in the dusty wastes of Yomer Valley. Look at this cute little guy. He's a little deranged, but he's real cute. You let it in and offer it some light refreshment, as Ruki would have done. The imp's message turns out to be about him. You learn Ruki's past transgressions have all been forgiven since his return to the Commonwealth. He's even been offered a well-appointed home and a place of business. It must have represented just the kind of lavish lifestyle that Ruki always claimed to have had for himself and his extended family. And eventually, and somewhat reluctantly, however, he refused the gifts. Instead, he tracked down Volfert's agents and gave them ample information, this emboldening their ranks. The last bit of the message sounds as though it was transcribed word for word for something Ruki said. It simply reads, "The rest of you better get back here soon, or else." You thank the messenger in for its support. Soon it has all your companions talking. Hariki! Tizo's happy to learn that Ruki joined the revolution in the Commonwealth. Don't you think he must be sad to have turned down a house? I hope he isn't sad. Hard to believe he would have turned down living that kind of luxury. Though, maybe he got used to it out here. I had every faith that our friend Ruki would stand tall and rise to the occasion. We understand this Ruki holds no small degree of influence, at least among his kind. Ah, the noble Ruki! He sets a shining example unto us all! The news of Ruki's liberation fills you and your fellows exiles with newfound resolve. The messenger imps accepts some scraps to eat from you and rushes off. Yes, we will feed the child. The lovely child who's working hard. +1 hope for the next right. Whee! And then here we're back to Folklore. Whoa, hey guys, let me tell you something real quick. Now, I happen to have heard that Mr. Greentail, he's moved on, or something like that. Well, I just want you to know, he was one of my most favorite customers, and because of that, I'm giving you the same great deals, okay? Oh. What's this? Flame Leech. After dousing adversary's fire, Bear's Pyre recovers flame equal to 50% of the damage dealt. Interesting. And then more of these serums, which are just temporary boosts. More Stardust. Let me sell this stuff. I still don't have enough for this. Sorry guys, I have no money.
Masama sympathize.
You guys take care, okay? And thanks for doing business. Alright, let's just commence right. Through the now familiar surroundings of the Spring of Yomer made preparations faster than before. The stars are already aflame by the time you and your others are gathered. The rite against tempers is commencing soon. Please be ready, sir. This knight is absolutely prepared! There can be no question of this fact. You wish them all good fortune in turn. Little else is said, and together you watch the celestial harmony in calm and silence, and await the tempers. Rip we pour, yeah. Oh, and Blast of the Stars. Shaq's 6 shoulders? What? What kind of anatomy do you have to have 6 shoulders? I see 6 elbows and 6 arms, but not 6 shoulders. Your adversaries shall all return to management when they are banished. Oh, okay, I see. Also, I think this is now all the monsters? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Wait. I feel like there's more. Because, like, these are all the monsters that the people fought. And I know, so this one is the one the Blue Solian fought. This is the one that the Harpy thing fought. This is the one that Golf fought? You can tell by the head. And then this is the Scorpion that we're at, which fought the Cur. And then apparently I think this one fought the snake person. I don't know what the rest of these people fought. Whatever. Moving along. There's lore, and I can't remember all of it.
The time is nigh, you exiles of the Nightwings. The 8 scribes summon you to the Spring of Jomir. Your adversaries in the coming rite shall be the Tempers. Whose ever fire yet burns ere the break of dawn shall surge forward on the path to glory. Now prepare yourselves.
Hey, look who wants a piece of us again. It's the damn Nightwings. Here to knock us down another peg or two, I guess. Unfortunately, yes. Well, at least you got old curly horns out of this dump. I gotta give you that. One look at her, and you just knew that she was too good for this place. Though maybe that ain't saying all that much. Any of you Nightwings see her again, you tell her something from me. You let her know Iggy says hi. You let her know. I mean, I think we can just send her a message. I don't think that'll be that difficult. Not that she'll remember some dumb lunk like me. Then Ignari shoves his mask back on. Alright, Tempers. Let's give it to him like we still got a chance. Yeah, I'll be honest, if I was in a situation where I could still, like, I was okay with, if I was in a situation where, we didn't have limited, rights left, or liberation rights left, I would totally set them free. At this point, I'd be like, yeah, you can go free. Well, let me check what they do. What do you have? Ashen Coal. At the start of the right, bears Pyre on my game. Plus 30. Okay. Yeah. He was a bouncer, and then his crime is assault on a Commonwealth official. Exiles for 14 years. Oof. And then she has a random bog crone, and then a random worm. What the? Oh, they also have a random cur on their team. Oh, that makes sense. Actually, that makes sense. There's a random cur on their team, and I was like, why? Why is there a random cur? And I think it's because If you do lose to him the first time you meet him at the Liberation, I guess anytime you fight them afterwards, you fight these three. I get it now. So let's see, who am I gonna use? Yeah, they got a pup they're not using right now. I haven't used you in a while.
Bertrude.
And let's use Amitha. I haven't used you in a while either. And then finally, I'll use Wolfred again because he's still level 2.
Wolfred. Very well.
Prepare yourself, everyone. Alright, you damn Nightwings. Let's see what you got. What I got? I gotta cast the ghost through walls.
Commence. The power of the aura. Why, that was all of them.
Oh, please don't tell me that's gonna go. Okay, good. It went fire. Yeah, it's fun. It's great. Damn it! Got us already. Got us good already. Well then, come on. The fun's just getting started. This is so good. Oh, and now the game wants me to kill people with Wolfred. Oh, gosh darn
I
it.
cannot take much more of that. This is the road to ruin. Woe is you. Thoroughly banished. Spectacularly done.
Banishing people with...
Do you believe you can prevail in this? Quite
There's
the
one.
close call there, no?
You ran right into that one. Darn it. I ran into that one. I'm just gonna sit here and defend. I think I can do this thing where I banish 7 people with Wolfred. It's just gonna take a minute because I need Wolfred to not have the orb and just cast.
Begone, Bertrude.
Shoot. Ah, crap. Darn it.
A crushing blow against your pyre. You seem unable to stop these people.
Darn it. How many people have I killed with Wolfred yet?
Stand not in glory's path.
Oh, cool. I did it. Darn it.
The orb slips from your clutches.
Bye.
Her wings have served her true.
Alright, now let's just...
Your pyre burns
Destroy 'em.
brighter for the while. The demon's banished.
There we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. They both
Banished.
woke up. Ah, crap. Oh no, that's
Wherever
bad.
did the night wings go? Well,
Ooh,
I
that's bad.
dare say.
Alright.
Your fire shall soon be ashes on the ground. Too slow, Ignatius.
Oh my god, I missed. I did it again, where I missed.
Plunged into the adversary's fire.
Alright.
Once more like that, and we are finished here.
Shoot!
Your flame winds grow weak.
He slipped right past us.
The
Gosh, dang it.
Nightwings seem to be falling behind. Yes.
You know what? Screw it.
And it is done. Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail. The flames of their resolve could not be doused.
Bertrude MVP that battle.
The right is complete.
We Tempers. We were damn unstoppable, but this again?
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Almost level 4. It's gonna be a hot minute before you go 3.
Until the stars align.
After you bested the Tempers, despite their best attempts to stop you, there's little time for you to rest. As yet, the night beckons. And the night next bright reveals itself to be a vital one. It's already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. You head out straight away and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars you see one which you are familiar now burns ever brightly. Why is it getting shorter, god dang it? Here we go again, another opportunity to liberate one of our own. Bulford suggests that the plan is in the Commonwealth has hit a few snags. His agents need all the help they can get over there. It looks like we're probably gonna fight the Fate. Not sure. They're also like one of the groups that I'm like okay with liberating, but it's just like I can't let them go. 'Cause I need to let my people go. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Alienel. Picture the rights as a wheel broken free from the black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably and shall soon reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit. No, we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exiles with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we count on to prevail in the rights. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. So, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my girl. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let us set forth again at daybreak. Background. You are unaccustomed to seeing Bertrude smiling, and yet there she is, doing just that. You soon see why. You have observed before how her manner seems to soften to the degree it can whenever Wolfred is around. If only I could have seen their faces then. What was your secret, dare I ask, dear Bertrude? It appears that they are reminiscing about old times in the Commonwealth. Flame-resistant inks, sandalwood. 'Tis the inks themselves which kept those volumes from breaking. Tis the ink themselves which kept those volumes from being burnt to ash. Flame-resistant ink, of course. The good officers who came to visit, they were so intent on burning all the evidence, they did not stop to think the evidence was fireproof. Alas, that they later found a way to burn the stamping press, regardless. Thy written words, they moved us many times, and many others whom we knew, there in the southern bogs. No matter, dear Bertrude. What's done is done. At least we made it difficult for them. Is that not so? While introducing some of our fellow citizens to new ideas. Perhaps. My words may not have reached near half as many were it not for you. Not to mention how I managed to elude them for another decade or so. I am ever thankful for your sacrifice. Thy thanks shall not be necessary, Sandalwood. Well, you shall have to thank them for me anyhow. Thank you. Bertram, for helping to fulfill a modest author's dreams. What's good a stamping press without good inks? Not good at all. They exchanged laugh at this, but then... Even still, and through this new ordeal, thou hast no love for us. Is that not so? Bertrude. Nay, we understand well. Thou needed no further explanation thyself. There are different kinds of love, Bertrude. On that account, thou hast nothing to teach us, Sandalwood. They remain silent for a time. Our hearts, they cannot be controlled, Bertrude. Blasted things that they are, they act well on their own. He puts away his pipe. I am blessed to have you in my life, back in the Commonwealth, and here as well. I mean that. Although, I know that is not good enough. Not enough. At first, Bertrude does not seem to acknowledge this in a way, but then... Nay, Sandalwood. It is enough. It is enough. She departs without awaiting a response, brushing past you as she goes. Volford soon turns away as well, politely bidding you a good evening. The two old friends have evidently managed their way past certain tensions in their long-standing relationship. They rather seem to draw a certain strength from one another. That's cool. Alright, trying to think, who do I want to free this time? I might free Sir Gilman. Anyways, continue the journey. Here we go. Oh, hey, Hi? What are you doing? Oh! Well, you saw nothing! Bye! Alright, let's see. So we can either go Emperor's Fall, Prometheus shall gain previous from scribes, or Emperor's Ascent. Bertrude to start getting together. I'm trying to think. Who do I want to use in the next? Oh, did not mean to push that button. I'm trying to think. Who do I want to use during the next one to help with what's called? Oh, hey. Once more, we sail above Fall of Solium, the temple to the 8 scribes wait us at the summit. None have seen the temple, save for those worthy to conduct the rites there, and myself, and my counterpart, Celeste. You may, then, wonder whence it came. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of this age. Over its course, while it's waiting for the cycle to turn, some exiles thus paid tribute to the 8 scribes. I think the scribes may not have wanted such extravagance, or the carved effigies to them along the way. Yet it is for the tributaries to decide how best to honor the rites. They chose to honor them as you see there. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. pool. I guess I'll use Amitha. I do need one more up. You make landing upon Mount Aliadel, where Volfred pulls you aside with the others whilst the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up.
Ligaratus.
Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiment once again. That means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the scribes. Know, however, that is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, maybe my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will.
Paritoros.
Anyway, I trust that all of us, including yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, by when all this is over. Nothing new in the wagon. Can harvest these again though. Take Nomad Scribe's favor. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Pamitha visit the monument of Gold Galanthian here in the Emperor's Fall. I have to hand it to you, Pamitha. You have a real gift for getting yourself into one bad situation after another. Now here you are, praying to the dead to bring the stars back. Is that it? Maybe you'll get out of here this time. Things might be even worse back home. As soon as she has finished praying her respects, you return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Gold Galanthium has shown you favor. You soon ascend the mountain. Though there is now time to pursue your vocations. Go for the next right, and oh, hey. Hey, Pamitha. You find Pamitha by herself again, though her expression has grown darker than her custom. Leave me be, would you, reader darling? Trying to get some good and proper moping done here, and you're distracting me. Leave me be, reader. Just leave me be, reader. Just leave me be. You don't want to know what's lurking in my heart or mind. What you'll find there isn't pretty. Yet something about her thought process is different to you now. You know that, with her conditioning, she can resist your scrutiny. But now her thoughts are laid bare to you. Sorry, Pamitha, but I want to know what you're thinking. Would that be... What would we all could simply understand without need for words? Pamitha seems to be inviting you into her thoughts. You remain there in a lonesome space with her. What is it going to take, I wonder, Pamitha? Shall I just go ahead and kill them all? That would be proof enough, perhaps, about my loyalties to you and to our sisters? Perhaps I had to start with this one right in front of me. The bond between you severs as Pamitha opens her eyes and stares at you. Then she smiles sweetly and gives her a gentle laugh. You see, reader darling, my thoughts are rather cumbersome at times. But do not fear, I have them very well under control. Still, thoughts being the loathsome things they are, I nonetheless cannot fully suppress them. She exhales and looks at Eskins? I've never seen that word before. You know by now why I'm here in this mess with you all. You could say I lacked Tamitha's sense of commitment, her zeal. She lives only to see your nation overthrown, or something worse, if she could have her way. Centuries of conflict can be quite emboldening that way, especially when one's sister's leading cause of death is Commonwealth forged steel. Wielded with the utmost of mercy, of course. Well, I had little patience for the senseless of it, myself. Became a bit of harsh, I suppose. I knew Tamitha was going to get herself and others killed someday, so when she was to fly out on this one big mission of hers, I had other arrangements made. But after she was caught, your people did not exactly uphold their end of the bargain. I knew there were such risks, of course, and yet a chance is still a chance. Tamitha was clipped and cast down. A mercy, they called it. I did not see it that way. And in my growing protest of her treatment, I was soon enough to follow. She falls silent for a while. I haven't yet decided if I entirely regret my actions, but I do seek Tamitha's forgiveness, and I wish that she could see my thoughts for what they are, as it seems you can. Then she might realize our nation's people have much more in common than she knows. Sometimes I wonder if which of them is stupider. Which of them is the stupider? She brushes past you and out of the wagon finish. So, hold on. Her crime was conspiracy. She made repeated attempts to make contact with enemy combatants taken into custody. And then insurrection. The record states she remained loyal to the Highwing Raiders despite claims contrary. Hold on. Okay. So I think what happens is she essentially sabotaged a harp attack on the Commonwealth, which got her sister and some other people captured. And then I guess she wanted to make an agreement where they wouldn't be killed, and they were just thrown in exile. And then when she tried to contact them, she was thrown into exile. Cool. Alright, do I want +1 glory? Your deepening knowledge of the Book of Rites is not nearly enough. Aspects of it still elude you, though greater understanding comes to read this influence. +1 glory. It's only +1 damage, though. Whatever. What have you come to understand of the book? Can you recite its pages yet by heart? Have you internalized its teachings? In its lack of limits, you experience yours. There she comes to Flash. Righteousness. +1 glory to everyone. Oh, okay, it's hard. Continue on. Now let's see. Temple Cistern. J shall gain favor of the scribes. Tizo shall gain favor from the scribes. Tizo. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument of Blue Solian, and Tizo happens to notice. Please tell great-grandfather I said hello, old friend. I hope you are all right among the stars. You must know why the stars are fading out, because none of us do, and some of us, I think, are beginning to feel afraid. Please grant us courage to press on. Soon he finishes paying his respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Blue Solian has shown his favor. +2 presence. Good, because you have the biggest aura in the group. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of the Scribe's Gate before an archway carved in stone where stands the Gate Guardian.
Salutium, Ceres.
Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned, even as the cycles of the rites begin drawing to a close.
Norigasanta.
The Nightwings accept this as the will of the scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this softly for some reason. And you, Turi? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you come forth and state what it is you seek with crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves as you pass through before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You, I see you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. Well, I do not know exactly why. I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again.
Doxana Tempres.
He stands against us now and believes his Tremulative to be the true Nightwing.
Per reliqua prale.
I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes. And so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong.
Mera me sampreval.
For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek the liberty for each of us, so that one day we may all stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment.
Sintare.
I see. Then move along. The guardian of the scribe gates regards you all, and then she beckons you onward.
Lorigas and gratas.
The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with glory.
Samea.
Celeste,
Kivaret.
what is it, Tariq?
Volunta Lorigas.
The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree, in equal measure, that it has drawn us close in equal measure has it drawn us close as separated us.
Sum correva.
But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will.
Paprastum.
You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel suddenly put his hat back on.
Admare Lorigas.
Then may the scribes themselves admonish me until tomorrow night, Celeste. Alright, that happened. Having reached the peak of Mount Elidil again, you see vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought to be free this night, as Ruki did the last time. Oh, let's talk first.
Huh.
What the? When did we get a new fish? Oh, has it always been there? Okay. Wolford looks up as you approach and smiles.
Estas.
I never thought that I would say such things, my girl, but it would be good to wear the it was good to wear the raiments and the rights once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today are a very different beast than the Tremulative which took me in almost a decade ago.
Impradivandesare.
Ours was a Tremulative of exactly 3, well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception. Though, historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my former companions, Ariza and Orlek. Oh yeah, I think you were here, I think you missed this part. So apparently these 3 were a group first, and then this dude went free first. And then the second time around, it was him, Tizo, and Orlek, but then this chick pushed him off to try and get free, but then died because she wasn't anointed. Perhaps naively, I have hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt.
Forum Sartegas.
But seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. Let's hear about Brighton first, the first person that seems okay. Inquire about Brighton, now who you understand was liberated prior to when Volfred first joined the Nightwings.
Demdares naret.
I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though for that matter, my girl, so do you. He studies your reaction for a moment then.
Noretam diemen.
Brighton was born wealthy, but not special, otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Ariza and Orlek, who found me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me soon I would hear from him myself. Indeed, I became accustomed to the book which you know well by now. I soon began to hear the voice. Wolfred looks at you as if he sees you, as if you see if he take his meaning.
Nemtaren tempras.
You see, my girl, After Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the tribulative which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars line, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than the Archjustice Androbels the Sixth. Is that 9? Hold on, I'm trying to remember my Roman numerals. I think that's 9? No, 9 would be VX. But if it's 11, it'd be XI. God dang it, whatever. The Grand Judge and figurehead under whose watch the Commonwealth is governed in this day. Excuse me, what? So this person controls the Commonwealth? Interesting. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old primitives. They have much to thank for them, not just for their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth. Oh, yeah, that's right, okay. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth. They do not wear masks and raiment simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public paths are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they once were exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do, yet he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain. But I think he knows, deep down, that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of such long-forgotten exiles such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen you in the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path that you'd wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? Ariza. Let's just go down the list. You ask about Ariza, who you understand betrayed Orlek in the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my girl, but I suppose you ought to know something of Ariza's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, for her life, I understand, was very difficult. Ariza had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. She was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in the Battle of the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Ariza who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day, it was too much for her, so when next he lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back, again, and again, and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Ariza was always intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the High-Wing remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth, and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Orlek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think that it was simply evil, nor do I Nor do I think that it was personal.
Parece praxis.
I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done, and the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside in the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Riza offers some perspective, yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes.
There's a room desta?
Was there something else? And then finally, Orlek. You asked about Orlek was like when he and Volfred first became acquainted. Volfred remained silent for some time.
Pretere magretas.
I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little too much for me. It was Orlek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he retrieved me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front.
Tervas in Pradum.
Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Orlek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed. So, he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the hiring remnants. It must have gone about as you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front. But when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him to the downside.
Tere cradedas.
Here he gained the notice of the Nightlings, and before long he grew to be one of the finest right conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the Tremulous were later filled by Irza and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volfred breathed a heavy sigh.
Noretam dieven.
He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now I cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan. Not by Orlek or anyone. As I've said before, we share a higher calling. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom, still. Although, I wonder if he still remembers why.
Senare veracitas.
Anyway, is there something else in my girl? Nope, that was everything. Thank you for the lore! You bid Volfred a good afternoon and leave him with his memories.
Fundiame ligaratus.
My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. Alright, let's visit the store. Hey guys, so like, I don't know what's going on up there with all them stars all acting all real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody. I mean, anybody in the downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, stock up. Fortified Sun Serum. Permanently get. Oh wow, that is expensive though. I do. Ooh. That is a good item though. +1 permanent hope. Ooh. Too bad I am poor as beans. Yep, I am poor as beans. So, be seeing you guys. Alright. I guess all we have left to do is commence the liberation rite. Once more you have gained the fall of Solium, where one among you may go free. But first you shall have to prevail against the fate in the liberation rite.
Ligaratus.
Reader, your companions are gathered here under the fall. They shall be counting on you.
Baroshta.
Indeed. As the cycle of the rites turns even faster, so too are plans set in motion. My agents in the Commonwealth are beginning to cause a bit of a stir out there, and word has reached high places that the rites are ending. This is our chance. though, let us not despair should victory elude us here.
Hasta lurigasertas.
We shall make the most of what the scribes may have in store for us. Let us say, good luck, my girl. Fine. Oh, there's one more set. Dullness the Locket. After this, Pyre shall recover up to 5 each time we down. Okay. Again, I'm ignoring these. I'm not prepared for challenge.
Once more, the Nightwings gain the summit of the sacred Mount Aladiel to conduct the liberation rite.
It's pronounced
Even as
Aladiel?
the stars
What the heck?
themselves abandon you. Make good upon these final opportunities, reader. This glorious age-old tradition coming to an end upon your watch. I trust the fate your adversaries shall not throw away this chance. Choose now who may go free, should they unfortunately fail.
Voluta Lorigas.
Pyre burns, and each of the triumphants are present and prepared.
Volunta lorigas.
I concur. The pyre burns, and each of the triumphants are present and prepared.
Regeta Noxalas.
Then, anointed one of the fates, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects to you have unto your adversaries, the Nightwings. Yep, it's Dalbert. The bent old cur, Dalbert, steps forward and struggles for a moment with his mask. Greeting, good heralds. I am called Dalbert Oldheart. It is the greatest honor of my years to stand upon this sacred site, upon which the 8 scribes first anointed those glorious proceedings. Nightwings, we are honored to be in your presence once more. Father, they are our adversaries, not our hosts. We need not be so gentle with them. They shall do their utmost to keep you from your freedom.
Pinza Setaroste.
Dalbert, your son speaks out of turn. Control him. My sincerest apologies for his unnecessary outburst. Elmer, please, we have worked towards this opportunity, and we must make the most of it. Puts the mask back on. My son and I stand ready to begin. Again, I would like to set them free, but the game's like, you have limited number. I'm like, okay. Nightwings, your decision. On whose behalf shall you conduct the liberation rite?
Liberatus.
Reader, I would ask you choose wisely, but I am sure you know no other way.
Cuprama Lira.
And you, prepare your song to read.
Pelamtas eres.
Of course, Celeste.
Whom do you intend to liberate?
I want to check this first. Oh, they all have Dying Flame. Alright. Also, how do you guys have like max enlightenment? None of my people are anywhere near max enlightenment. Although I guess that maybe it's because they haven't done people. Maybe that's why. Alright, I think I will do... Oh, you are unworthy. How are you what? I did not expect that. Alright. Alright, Sir Gilman it is.
Sir Gilman.
Has this knight at last regained his honor? Let us now find out.
Who shall be at his side?
At his side, Tizo.
Tizo.
Rocky-hee! Gives us discernment to help the Nightwings prevail in this liberation, right? And then Kamika. Since they both got bonuses throughout the thing. Perfect. Sure, let's get him out of here then.
The choice is cast.
We give thanks to have this opportunity to face you, O Nightwings. Now let us strive to our fullest capacity, with honor and with grace. Save your strength for the right, Father, and for the voyage home. Let this be our final battle against them.
Commence.
Hi. I'm just gonna swim around you. You can do this, Almer. I believe in you, and so do the scribes. Jay, come on. Wait, what? What is this? What are you talking about? This is the liberation rite. What are you doing? Jay pulls out her mask. I think you are my friend, Almer, and so I am hoping for the best for you and for your father. He believes in you, and so do I. Oh, Jay. But we have to do our very best as well. And I know we cannot all prevail, only the fate or the Nightwings. But not both. Not both. Alma looks on in stern silence. The Emperor seems to have disarmed everyone. We all have to do our very best. And then, the scribes, they're going to watch over us to make everything okay. You'll see, Almer. You'll see. She puts her mask back on as liberation rite continues. With her words flushed into your adversaries and emboldened them, they cannot go. Oh no! Oh, we killed each other. Cool. Darn it! Bye. It's like, I'm so fast that they couldn't get, like, I can just run around them. Hear us now, O noble Yomer, for we beseech you. Surely we cannot prevail without your aid. If ever you have heard my prayers, I beg of you, please smile upon us now. Whether from his prayers to the scribes or simply from Dalbert's resolve, something comes over your fellow exiles here. If you are banished now, they shall not soon return. Are you serious? So he did something where... Oh shoot. Oh wow, look at how... Oh, that's bad. Bye! I'm just gonna swim around you, if you don't mind. Bye! Oh. Bye! Oh gosh darn it. Bye! I was like, bye! Drops. Bye! Dropped. Bye! Dropped. Gosh dang it. Hi. Come on. Take this way and then run around. Whee! Uh-oh. Shoot!
And there it is, at last.
Oh shoot! That was the finishing blow. Oh yeah, I
The
forgot Cuba does more
Nightwings
damage.
proved their worth. As for their adversaries, they did not.
Sorry, Dalbert. I swear I would have let you free if
Thus
they didn't tell me I
ends
had
the
limited chances.
liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen.
It does
The
kind of suck that I no
exile
longer
appointed
can
by
do the
the
thing where I can
Nightwings
just run around
shall
him.
be
But,
free.
oh well.
Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth.
Although to be fair, he didn't really
His
have any mistakes in
adversary
the first place.
and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Draw some feeling.
Alas, my son. Once more it seems that I have failed you. Father, wait. What good is freedom to us anyways if we would be apart? Sir Gilman stares at nothing in particular. He senses he is still taking in what has transpired and what it means for him. So then, this night, he is to be free. He is to be free. Nay, but that would mean... Why, that would mean his honor is restored. One cannot go back onto our Commonwealth. One cannot go back onto our Commonwealth by any other means. This night's exile was self-wrought. His disgrace profound. that he has been atoned under the eye of the Underking and those of his noble comrades. He begins to grow very emotional, and then... This knight loves you all! He loves you all! That you would strive for him and let him join your noble quest. This knight does not feel as though he is deserving of this outcome, yet the results appear inarguable. Even now, this knight is drawn into the shimmer pool. Our time grows brief. Therefore, know this, beloved friends. This knight shall ever strive on your behalf, there in the Commonwealth. Though his honor may have been restored, his true journey only now begins. And so, good friends of the Nightwings, this knight must now bid you all farewell. However, the bonds we form together shan't be broken by mere distance. Nay! Strive on, good friend! Strive on! You can still hear Sir Gilman as he vanishes into the shimmer pool. If this lonely knight could have achieved such glory, surely can you all. For now, farewell! Farewell! Sir Gilman earned back his freedom. They returned in glory.
Godspeed, Sir Gilman. The 8 scribes are watching from afar.
Again, it's gonna kind of suck that I can't just run around people now.
The cycle
But,
of the
oh well.
rites keep turning for as long as possible.
Good job, Tizo. Oh, cool. Good time as any to say thanks for having me along on this strange little journey of yours, Rita darling. Now, what was I doing? Permanent plus 8 quickness. I think that's what I was going for. Yes.
Until the turning of the stars.
Father, wait!
Farewell.
Calm yourself, my son. The liberation rite is ended. But, no. How can you be so calm, even now, after what happened? Did you strive this night with all your heart, Alna? Yes, but it was not enough. It was not enough. No, my son. It was enough. It was more than enough. Father. You return to the wagon after having prevailed against the fate and liberation rite. Purple! Tizo wishes Sir Gilman a safe journey home. At least someone got out of here. You succeeded in liberating Sir Gilman, who returns to the Commonwealth of Glory.
Atricarum servat.
We have but a few such liberation rites remaining. Exactly how many, I do not wish to speculate about as yet, until such time as we can better say for certain. Under no circumstances would I suggest this is ideal. However, it is an opportunity enough that our plan may as yet succeed.
Atamere.
Although, all of these setbacks, I fear. Pulver trails off and falls silent. Some of the others exchange looks. They are beginning to understand. With the rites soon ending, everything which Volfred has sought, both on his own for many years, and now with all of you, all of it may have been in vain. The hush spreads to the others. But not to you. You then proceed to do something that none of them seem to expect. You raise your voice. Each of the fellow exiles turn to you, their expressions asking you a question not with no easy answer. What are we going to do? You meet Zay's gaze. The words for the occasion begin to crystallize in your mind. You're searching for the right words as all your fellow exiles are looking to you. What? Interact here to consider what to say. Search for the words to say to your fellow exiles. Thoughts, interact to consider a different angle on this. Choices. Choices are hard sometimes. I don't know what these are going to do. Let's consider a different angle on this. Oh! Oh. Interesting. Oh. Okay. You tell them that that you've all stood together at time and time throughout this quest, and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. Hold on. So pretty much we're trying to choose what to say to the group. Struggle to come this far on the downside. You tell them that you all struggled to come this far across the downside. You tell them that you all stood together time throughout the quest. You're not going to miss words. You all struggled to have come this far. Yeah, this is super interesting. You're not going to miss words. From this far. I'll go with this. You tell them that you have stood together time and time out throughout this quest, and are now poised to seize upon a glorious opportunity. I'm not sure how this will go, but you know what? Let's go for it. Oh, okay. There's more. Your path to freedom still is laid bare before you all, or none of you pursue this quest with any guarantees. It is clear now that all of you are going to return. Not all of you. None of you pursue this quest with any guarantees. It is a quest you all knew was unlikely to end well, or one cannot assume that it would all have been a happy outcome. Sure. Let's see. Commonwealth is already enough of people. There's something far more vital at stake. Meanwhile, stars until the shining for you. Let's see. There's something far more vital at stake. I kind of like this one. Let's see. Well, let me see what other things here. In conclusion of the rights of the sign. No accident. Let's go with that one. Sign that the world is changing. Let's say the sign. Yeah, let's stick with this. Sign that the world is changing. You now have this opportunity to live with people. You all stand poised to ensure the world you leave behind for your loved ones, and fight for the forces that oppose you. I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but let's hope for the best. When you look at it that way, if you can believe any of this, you cannot see the merit of this past. Which side of the world you end up on is all to you. Human feeling is all to you. It's each of you in your own. Well, alright. After a brief period of reflection, you share one last sentiment with your group. You have to keep going until we are free, or the only failure is to stray from the path. Yeah, let's do this one. The only failure is to stray from the path. Thus do you remain together with your thoughts. No one speaks for a time, then... Thou would dare to change this ancient world, reading one, and yet thy words are tinged with certain truth. Sriha! Tizo vows to stand with you, no matter where your quest shall lead. Thank you, Tizo. I love you.
Terunca strare.
May long the stars remain light for you, reader madame. All the while, Volfred remains watching you intently. Then his expression softens and he smiles.
Marum domirenzas.
You are right, of course, my girl. We are the Nightwings. It is precisely as you said. The only failure is to stray from the path. Lead us then, reader, to the end of our quest, and the dawn of the new age for all our kin. Everyone, for the Nightwing! Everyone responds in time. They stand with you no matter what. They await the outcome of your vision of the stars, which burn with renewed fury because now the last right's back on. Each of the Nightwings gain +1 hope permanently. The stars above now burn with what appears to be a desperate fury, many more of them than usual. What? Oh. Goal. Chista. Oh, there's a lot. Lu. Milthy. Orias. Aylmer. Wow.
Strare.
The stars of the 8 scribes. They shine together, now as one. The lone minstrel draws breath as though surprised by what he sees. He backs away and averts his eyes. This is another sign that the rites are soon to cease. Few chances remain to confront the adversaries you have met during your journey. So we can go almost anywhere. Like, the one place we can't go is this one, which is fine, because we've been there many times already. I don't want to fight you, I hate you. The withdrawn here. It's been a while since I've been there. Where? I haven't been here. And then there's Aylmer, Essence. Like, if anything, I want to go to a place that I haven't been to in a while. So it's either going to be Orez or Haug. I guess I'll do Auras. I really hate Chastity. Hold on, let me check the planet first. The stars continue to vanish. There cannot be many opportunities at liberty remaining. The others grow anxious. Not all of them shall make it out of here. Then we shall keep each other's company. So yeah, let's do Auras. The stars reveal to you a path toward the Hulk of Horrors, where the rites shall soon continue. Come morning, your travels shall continue. For now, everyone needs rest. We'll stop. Following the successful outcome of the liberation rites, you find Gertrude muttering something to herself. You hear some of the words as you approach. Since thou seekest darkness, then may nightfall come to thee in time. Since thou seekest courage, then may bravery soon bloom within thy heart. Since thou seekest water, and may the oceans open wide for thee. Since thou seekest fortune, then. You recognize it as the Bog Benediction, though you have never heard it said aloud. Then Gertrude sees you there and cuts short the chant. Care thee to explain thy presence, reading one? We are amidst the invocation, which must now begin anew. 'Tis for the Worm Knight, if thou needest know, to speed him on his homeward journey. The Worm Knights are a distant kin. Unlike their ilk, ours have been but passing interest in the sea. There within the depths, we have long seen that which is to be seen. Nevertheless, the distant kin is kin. That foolish Worm Knight. Surely he could never have survived his years if not for divine aid. Thus, we provide him more. Then, perhaps, the Worm Knight, easily underestimated as he is, perhaps he shall turn out to be some small benefit as part of Sandwood's design. She glares at you intently for a moment. Mistake thee not these actions for affection, nor for a longing for the loudness of this place to escalate even again to volumes such as only his inconsistent shouting could achieve. Now, leave us reading on. The invocation must be finished ere the Worm Knight finally arrives upon the shores beyond this land, before his homecoming. She turns away from you, and then begins her chanting. Should thou seekest shelter, then may the elements be merciful to thee. Should thou seekest kinship, then may thy kin hold memory of thee. Should thou seekest darkness. You leave her to her benediction. The Worm Knight's absence is already felt. You know, however, that he will strive with all his might on your behalf there, on the other side. That's nice. That's very nice of her to essentially be praying for him. I am actually going to stop here because it is now 10 o'clock, or past 10. All the lore in the text took a while to get through, but you know, that's what happens when you play a game like this. You go through a lot of text, which is fine because story is great. Anyways, so much lore. So yeah, we're stopping here. We will play more of this on Tuesday. And we'll likely free someone else on Tuesday. I don't know who I'm going to free this time, though. Like, I'm not sure who I want to free. Because I love Tizo, but I like using him, and I kind of feel like I need him at this point. Pamitha might be someone, but I don't know. Like, I kind of do also think about the plan. And I'm like, would Pamitha help with the plan? I don't know. And then there's Zay. I don't know if she'll help with the plan either. And then obviously Sandalwood would help, but I think the idea is to keep him there as long as possible. And then I guess the Crone would help. I don't know. Hard to say. But yeah, okay, we end here, and we do more of this on Tuesday. Alright, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Good night.